I pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you.
I told him all the time. He was like, I'll mace you. I said, I've been maced. All right.
No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Cannon Speaks. I'm happy you guys hanging out with me. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Or it's supposed to let you know when I got new content coming out. YouTube ain't put nothing out there. Again, YouTube ain't putting nothing out there as normal. You know, they like messing with me. They love messing with me. Anyway, guys, as you can see, I'm joined by Bailey. Y'all know Bailey. Everybody give Bailey a round of applause. But we also joined by her road dog, the other half of Unpacking with Ray and Bay. Welcome, Ray Sean, to the stream as well, guys. Oh man. All right. Let's get to it. How y'all feeling today? Y'all have a good day? Oh Lord. We about to get some of the finest Keisha Babbel we've ever heard, guys, on this stream. Some of the finest. Shout out to my man Gobbledygook, who coined the phrase Keisha Babbel. It will be forever in my vernacular. Anyway. Oh man. So why don't you guys tell the audience a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with you, Ray.
Hey guys, so I'm Ray. This is I just started this podcasting with my girl Bailey. So I am in Maryland. So I'm active duty. I'm in the military. So I censor a lot of the stuff that I say. So if you guys see that, it's because I'm thinking about what I talk about.
We ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole today. I ain't even gonna mess with you on that. You know what I mean?
Please don't.
We're gonna keep it strictly just pop culture or something like that. We not even gonna go into the realm of what I usually go into. I'm shocked that I'm even allowed to get on the airplane with some of the shit I talk about. You know what I mean? I'm just completely shocked. I'm shocked I ain't been swatted yet in some more shit. I'll tell you that much. Holy smokes. And why don't you remind everybody who you are, Bailey?
You can hear me?
You gotta go up a little higher. You gotta turn that mic up.
Oh, let me turn it up. Are we good?
There you go. A little more. Hit a little
All
more.
right.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm Bailey. I don't even know how you and I met, Cannon, but we did, and I'm glad.
It was Kid Gravity. He was on his show one night.
Oh, yeah, he's crazy.
Shout
he's
out
crazy
to Kid Gravity.
He be tripping. But anyway, yeah, my girl Ray and I go back like 4 flats, and we decided our podcast, Unpacking with Bai and Rae. And, as you said, I'm ready to give you some of the finest Keisha Babbel.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So now a little bit about y'all history. So you said y'all met in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, they're Air Force, so that mean they're smart. They're smart. You know what I mean? They got an IQ on them. All right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me over here, I was supposed to go in 2003. I was going to join the military until they started drafting, and I was like, go ahead, fail this test real quick. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the IT stuff. I was like, man, cause
Pretty good with it, cause I like this. I like this setup.
yeah, I do my thing. I'm learning. I do my thing. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So I think y'all a few years younger than me. I'm 39. I'm about to be 40. So
I'm about to be 38 in June.
Oh, y'all still young. Get out of here.
Because you're not. But I will say we do have to hit you on the side. Maybe you can help us out with our setup. Because
no problem at all. No problem at all. I've been helping a lot of people set up their streams. It is definitely a learning process. I'm gonna tell you that. It's a definite learning curve. Like I'm still learning. You know, and I'm going on 3 years and I'm still learning how to set all this stuff up and do all these transitions and stuff like that. It's a lot. There's a lot that goes into this. That's why y'all should be giving, goddammit. Y'all $ CannonHotep on Cash App. All right, go over there. Keep me off OnlyFans because don't nobody want the feet. I got nice feet though, but don't nobody want these feet pics. Don't nobody want these feet pics. I mean, if you want feet pics, send me $100 on Cash App. I'll send you something. But keep me off OnlyFans, guys. $ CannonHotep on Cash App. Super Chats, Rumble Rants, always welcome. All right. So, what made y'all decide to do the stream or start doing unpacking, do this podcast?
You can take this one, Ray.
I called her and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about I think I want to do a podcast." And she was like, "I never thought to ask you." This was like in December, right? I called you in December, and within a week I had all my equipment, and I was ready to go.
Rayshawn, she's gonna like me, like in that. Give her a project or something to do, she'll do it.
Do it. I got it done.
Yeah, she got it done.
You got a good mic and everything.
It's not that I didn't think she would be my perfect co-host because she is. But maybe besides my brother, but. She's busy. She be jobbing. Rayshawn don't play, so I didn't think she would have time. But she called me and said she had something to say, and
I had a lot to say.
She wasn't lying.
Hey, y'all guys got good chemistry. I mean, what you got, like 4 videos up or 4 pods up? Y'all got great chemistry.
Thank you. We have 3. Yeah.
3 up. Okay. Okay.
Hopefully we have one this week.
Yeah, we well, yeah. Do you want to tell Rayshawn what happened last night?
2 hours of drunkenness.
Oh Lord.
So we talked about, I think it's our second episode about like Black businesses and if we support them or not. So we decided to put our money where our mouth was, and every episode we're going to have like a Black owned wine or like beer or spirit, because we sip. So we're going to sip the same, together. So last night we got some wine. Well, I on the podcast, who's we got. And at first it wasn't hidden. Hannah, we didn't like it. We didn't give it a good review.
No, we didn't.
And then
you're not gonna
all of a sudden,
you're not going to say what it is?
Slapped us.
Yeah, so it's the Black Girl Magic. It was Riesling. Okay. And we got it from Target. And we were like, we went from drinking the wine and then the wine started drinking us.
Oh, Lord.
We were lit.
So when is this one dropping?
Friday.
Oh, I'm be listening. Good Lord. Yeah. I hope y'all significant others ain't in the chat. Y'all sound like y'all about to find out some stuff. For real. Oh Lord. Real. You might as well hope y'all apologize in advance before they go listen. Goodness gracious. But I really enjoy it. I sit and I actually listened to it. It's funny. You guys keep it interesting because, like I said, it's almost like y'all just sitting there on the phone talking to each other. Like, girl, you never guessed what just happened. Da, 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 that fine Keisha babble, straight up. But
I like that.
I got a question for you guys, right? This is the topics, right? And this is completely different from what I usually do. My chat to tell you. We're gonna talk about. Let's talk about the dynamic between men and women as far as relationships and like that masculine and then a feminine switch between men and women. You know what I mean? So the first thing, right? I like this book called The Celestine Prophecy. I reference it a lot, right? The first chapter, it talks about unrealistic expectations on relationships. You know what I mean? It's, because you see it happening. It's so much different than when I was in high school where chivalry was actually a thing. You know what I mean? You had to kind of stand on what you said. Like you didn't have a representative like that. You know what I mean? You could try to fake the funk, but people saw it. But now you got like social media. You got all of these memes. You got all these fake posts, right? That people look at and they go, well, why am I shit like that? And you know what I mean? And they start to try to exude that energy onto their spouse or their partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Do y'all find that more prevalent today? And do you guys experience that with your relationships where you got to check yourself?
Social media is fake, so I don't look at anything and think like, I want that, right? I use prime example, the pregnant girl, the sisters, right? She said she wasn't pregnant, and then she cropped everything out. So social media is fake. People are living the lives that they want to live on the internet. So I don't go on the internet and read a meme and be like, oh yeah, this meme is me, or I wish this was happening, right? It is what it is.
Okay. What about you, babe?
One thing, Clubhouse. I was stuck in rooms for hours about, when the whole femininity, masculinity, all that came, that whole era in the pandemic, we were just like confined to our rooms and whatever. And, I will admit, one thing kind of did start changed in me about it. And it was the whole, like, I never required much of, like, how can I say it without sound? I never paid attention to all that. Like the whole roles or who's leading. I was cool 50-50, da-da-da. I was cool with that. That's probably the one thing for me that changed. So during the pandemic, my baby definitely started paying all the rent. I ain't paying it.
Hey,
but that was so you're saying that's because of social media? Because for me, my dad paid the he paid the house. Like he took care of the house. So like that's just a norm for me to think like, my partner, he's gonna pay the mortgage and we go from there, right? But that's because of how I grew up. So
yeah, and that's how I grew up too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My dad,
the man is gonna be the man.
Yeah, so like my dad is like, first off, my father, these were the rules that he gave me or the advice. Don't have a kid before you're 25. All right? That's what he told me. And then he said, son, if your name ain't on the rent or on the mortgage, your ass is homeless. And he was like, your ass homeless, so make sure that you got a stake in your house. And he was like, I'm still working on it now. No, my name on the house, but I'm saying I'm working on this now. Okay? No. Hell, what? But he was like, also, he said, never buy something to where one of you guys can't take care of the mortgage or the rent if something was to happen to the other person. And preferably, you take care of the bills. You know what I mean? So I'm still working on the take care of the bills myself thing. You know what I mean? Like we got kids and shit. Kids now is expensive, and everything after Joe Nickel Slick gotten off is expensive. All right, we making life decisions at the grocery store. All right, I went there for like 10 items and walked out with $150 lighter on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here in these streets. But
I did that today.
But like you still have.
I would like to say that I did not say anything about the president.
No. The views and opinions expressed by CannonHotep are solely CannonHotep's and do not represent the views of Rayshawn or Bailey. Viewer discretion is advised. And I'm going to go ahead and reel that back in. He's the greatest president of all time. You guys have no problems with him. I don't know what anybody's talking about. 4 more years.
Cannon, I told us in our pod, I said, I'm free. So I had to do the same disclaimer. It's like, Rayshawn, that's her commander in chief, but I'm letting him rip.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is I noticed it a lot, right? So like I remember there was a friend of mine used to date this girl, and she was so stuck on like her social media persona that she would catch the bus to work at like 5 a.m. and even though she had to be there till 8, just so nobody saw her catch the bus because that wasn't on her social media. It was crazy. And then then you had like women that like I used to work at the casino, right? I was a technician. I built the slot machines and maintained them, all this stuff. So they would have these crazy things like, girl, I'm ready to break up with my man. He don't cuddle after. I'm like, dang, you want him to cuddle every time? Like, how long y'all been together? Like, it's hot. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I'm like, yo, that's unrealistic. Like, if that's how you going, if that's your standard, then you're gonna have a lot of problems with a lot of people you meet. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of petty. Like, but that's the thing. They saw it on social media. You see these memes, you see these quotables, and they try to live their life by it. You know what I mean? And I think it screws up a lot of relationships when they start to feel themselves, oh, look at her wedding. And it's like, yo, you know, they like $30,000 in debt. Like, that's on the credit card. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And they want that. You know, oh, he took her to Barbados or whatever. And I'm like, yo.
I want that. I want that.
I'm like, you know how much it costs? Like, shoot, I'm trying to get my wife on a cruise ship. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just, it's like I said, it's unrealistic stuff. And it's always, in my opinion, it's always geared toward the guy, that the guy's falling short in the relationship. You know what I mean?
You know,
From my
point
of
view.
view.
Sorry, Cannon, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that it was the opposite for me. Like, it was me looking at me, like, which is weird because Ray Sean knows. When I tell you, this lady knows me. She knows how I was as a younger lady. She knows like my ideals, and I had to reevaluate certain things because I never looked at it as like me like emasculating a man. I just always looked at it like I'm just gonna handle my business. That's just how I always looked at it. So I started stepping back on certain things, but it was never because I thought less of a man. It's just I just thought most of me. If that's the best way I can put it.
I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna do it. So, but I mean, it helped me like soften up a little. I mean, I just feel like the soft girl life is a little boring because I'm gonna drive this car. But other than that, I don't like the whole passenger princess. I'm gonna drive this car. I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't got a problem getting my ass in that passenger seat. Sometimes I gotta beat my wife to the passenger seat.
Right.
She thinks she be slick talking about, I can't see at night. Like, bullshit. You be out with your friends and y'all be at night. Oh, now all of a sudden your ass Stevie Wonder now? Like, nah. I drove 2 hours this way. You going back? God damn it. That's how I work over here. Like, you knew I wasn't washing no car when you met me. I take it to the car wash now, but I ain't about to be out there washing no cars. I'm gonna take it there.
Right.
But man, Gobbledygook in the building to Keisha Babbel, my type of episode, Hotep. We had to give you some props, yo. We had to give you the props on the phrase, bro. Straight up, that is the funniest shit I've ever heard, and it's forever going to be a phrase on this show. But yeah, but that goes into what we were talking about, the masculine feminine switch. I see this a lot, right? I see a lot of guys being taken care of by their woman, right? I see a lot of guys, or a lot of women, like, what's the word? Courting the men. It's like the roles have switched, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. You know what I mean? Because I'm not used to that. I'm used to like seeing, I gotta be the one to go out and pursue and prove my worth, right? But now we're starting to see a lot of these women taking on, I guess you would call, projects. I don't know, where they at work busting their ass, he home playing PlayStation. And like he ain't cooked, like even you ain't cooked no meals, you ain't did nothing. You just being taken care of by your woman. But then you have the women that I guess that's in those relationships that I don't know why they want those relationships. They start to take on these masculine tendencies. Like they're the caretaker of the house. They're the breadwinner. Like, do you guys see that? Like not in your life, but like do you notice this paradigm shift when it comes to that?
I think yes, but I also think I think there's an agenda, right?
Okay, go ahead. You have to turn the music down.
So I'm gonna use myself, right?
Okay.
I am a very I'm my father's first child, right?
Okay.
I was with I'm a daddy's girl. My dad's electrician. My first 6 years in the Air Force, I was an electrician. I was around men all the time. So I am very I have to catch myself, right? Because sometimes I do that. Like I'll go hang the curtains up, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of letting him hang the curtains up, I want to go do the curtains because that's what I'm used to, right? Mm-hmm. So I catch myself. But as far as I feel like society is an agenda to demasculate our men, right? And a lot of the times the men that's at home playing on the PlayStation, they can't get a job. Right. Mm-hmm. It's easier for Black women to go get a job than it is for a Black male to to get a job. So I just feel like it's an agenda going on that's demasculating our men and masculating our women, locking our men up in jail, separating the Black family or even minority families, because they do it for all minorities, right? But majority for the Black family, separating them when a Black man or a person gets out of jail, right? They can't get a job. They can't, their life is different, right? So much is taken away from them, and there's no like rehabilitation. To me, they're not doing that, right? It's the person, I love this man and I want good for this man, but he's trying to get a job, but he can't get a job. So now I got to work harder and I got to take care of this household. But I feel like that's the agenda.
Hey, that. You're gonna make a lot of people mad with that statement, because
I was about to say, because me and Rashawn, and that's what I love about this girl, because we vibe a lot, but we think differently when it comes to. I'm a little more like conservative in my thinking. I think Ray's a little more liberal.
Yeah, but even what she just said, a lot of people don't want to, especially on the conservative side.
They don't want to
They don't want to acknowledge that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, on the liberal side, they don't want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, they
know
don't.
what I mean?
But I will say though that I think it's a little bit different. I think it is a little more social media, to be honest with you. Before all this started happening with these discussions about masculinity and femininity, when I first saw, and I keep seeing men on Instagram giving us their skincare routines, poking their lips out at the camera, taking pictures in their car when the sun comes in and saying that light though, things like that. That's when I started realizing something in the milk is not clean.
You gonna see them
shirts off, squint their eyes in the videos, and like what the. That was not how it was. Yeah, duck lips. That wasn't how it was. And then you have like Drake, one of the most popular boys, putting rollers in his hair, ducking his lips out, putting barrettes in his hair. Why? Painting his nails. What is that? What's the reason?
First off, I just gotta pause. Gotta put a pause on that. But
like,
you're
what
right,
is
though.
that?
Like, I spray rose water on my face. It's crazy. I see it all the time. I'm like,
listen,
yo.
I love a man with some good hygiene. Though.
I was just gonna say that, Ray. I don't mind the hygiene. I don't need to see you doing it. I don't need to see that.
I remember I was working one day and this girl was talking about her brother and kept saying that he was a metrosexual, right? And I'm like, well, what makes him a metrosexual? She's like, well, he gets what'd she say? He always got to get a haircut every other day. His clothes got to be this and that. I was like, well, that just make him a pretty boy. And she was like, well, what's the difference between a pretty boy and a metrosexual? I said, clear on your nails is the difference between a pretty boy and a metrosexual. He get clear on his nails and he getting his eyebrows arched. You might want to watch out, because he like a half a step from getting a digit put in his ass. Pause. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It just because it's just. I get it. Good hygiene. You want to keep your face up, but sometimes there's some red flags there, ladies. There are red flags there that you might walk in and you remember that song Bill? Was it called Bill? Back in the day where the lady walked in on her husband and he was with Bill?
I think so.
Yeah, you remember that song?
Pause.
Yeah, it was like in the early 90s. It was crazy. She walked in on her husband and he was with Bill.
Cannon, look. Again, there's nothing wrong. And Rayshawn knows this about me too. I love a fine man. That's kind of my thing. He has to be fine. If you look at my man,
moisturized.
Yes, but he can't be feminine. Like, I don't mind if you walk around a little bit after you come home from the gym and let me smell you. I don't need you to smell. Like, I don't mind if your hands are a little rough on me. I don't mind that. I don't want those soft ass hands on me.
Oh Lord.
Get them off.
I used to get in trouble because I tried to get my wife a rub down, and then like I was doing strongman, so my hands were always calloused up real bad.
Right.
And I just end up scratching the shit out of her with my calluses on my hands. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you gotta exude that masculine. You know what I mean? You can't be in there using the same fucking face cream that your wife using. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? I don't have.
Yeah, Ray's probably biased because she's a esthetician and all.
Yeah, you better use what I'm using, because we gotta make sure this is good.
I remember back in the day we was washing up with Head and Shoulders. All right, we had
not the 8-in-1,
the 3-in-1. Yeah,
no. Irish Spring.
Yeah, Irish Spring, but that was because it was always on sale. It was always on sale. All right, you can get that Irish Spring on sale. Man. It'll dry you the fuck out, boy. Oh my gosh! And that was when I used Irish Spring. That was the only, it's a hard time getting me to use lotion. I'm light skinned for one, so it don't even really show up on me. You don't even know.
Right.
But see,
Dry you right out.
boy, I get that Irish Spring like with a lotion. I'm itching and shit. Like, damn, the water hard or something. Like, god damn, Irish Spring is the problem. Gosh dang it. Your boy CannonHotep bougie now though. I get natural soaps. All right, I get natural soaps that cost me $30 for 3 bars or something crazy. You know. That's as far as I go. I still get my feet greased. I go to the nail shop and I don't even want to say get a pedicure because I feel like that's just, I'm going to get my feet greased. I go get my feet greased by the lady and she be like, clear on nail? I'm like, no clear on nail, lady. Just go ahead and just rub them feet and get them shin splints going for me. I'm good. I ain't gonna lie though, my pedicures cost about $60, $70.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, for real. But I mean, that's because you're in this area.
And I got to get the whole thing. I got to get the stones and the paraffin, and I got to get the sugar scrubs. You know what I mean? That's why I need you guys to send the $ CannonHotep on Cash App. I got to get my feet greased by Friday. It's just time for it. My heels getting crazy.
High maintenance.
Here we go. Retro Neon with the $2 super chat goes, whoa, who are these two lovely ladies right here? Appreciate, I had to depart. Get you Don DeMarco for that. Appreciate you, sir. Well, this is Ray and Bay, and they have a podcast called Unpacking with Ray and Bay on YouTube. The link is in the description too, guys. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to them. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to them. Support them. It's a good time. I like it. But yeah, back to the topic. I just see the switch where men they want to be taken care of. They want to be taken care of, right? On top of that, like you said, there is some kind of agenda out there that's trying to emasculate men, right? Mm-hmm. I'm starting to see more and more men liking men now than ever before. It's interesting. And I'm like, damn, Alex Jones must have been right. They really got some shit in the water. You know what I mean? And they think it's okay. They think it's okay. Like, no, I'm not gay. Just because I don't know, bro. You just, you did some shit. You know what I mean? Like, what you got? Was it Dwight Howard?
Oh, well,
they called everybody else weird because we found out about what he did.
I was just gonna say that, Cannon. That's the difference these days. It's like they make me feel like I'm wrong for not wanting a gay man.
Right,
like
right.
You can be gay. Be gay.
And they make men feel bad for not wanting a trans man or trans woman. Which one is the one where they trans woman?
That's different for me too. Like look, when I pause, I'm trying to think about what.
That's all right. Go ahead. I got you. I know what you're doing. It's all right. We know.
But I feel like sometimes that community is the biggest hypocrites ever, right? I feel like everybody should be accepted for who they are, right?
Yeah.
If you want me to accept you, you have to accept the fact that that's not something that I like either. Right? That's not something that I want to be with. So
don't force it
just because I don't want to be with someone of that's like that, right? Does not mean that I am a homophobe or I'm against you or anything like that. It just means that's not my preference. Just like your preference is the same sex or, something that's your preference, right?
Yeah.
And I don't see anything wrong with that, but I'm probably going to get backlash for everything.
I mean, that's what sucks about it. It's like it can't be a two-way, and it can't be a two-way conversation. Especially like trans. That's the conversation I just can't. I've gotten to the point where I think they beat me. I don't even want to talk about it. But I will say I don't like how I can't have a discussion about something that goes on in my space, something that I naturally am.
Yeah.
Without getting accused of, you know what I mean? Something, and it just kind of makes me. I don't know. Like, this is my space. Like,
right.
I'm not trying to. This makes it sound crazy, but I think if you were to ask me to classify myself, like, from like most, relevant to least, I think woman to me would come before black. And for me, like, I really love being a woman. I love everything about being a woman. It just means a lot to me. So when you come into my space and then you tell me and you calling me what's a sis and all, I'm not. What are you talking about?
Bonus
I don't even have a sister.
Chest feeder.
I'm not sis nothing.
They call y'all everything but a woman.
So it's like, yeah, like, what are you talking about? Or chest feeder or a person that bleed. I don't like that. Don't. If you want to come into a space, you don't tell me what I am. That makes you feel better, and I can't have a problem with that. That bothers me so much. It bothers me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you said, Ray. Like, I have no problem with it, right? If you name what Martin say? If your name Tank and you want to change your name to Tina and wear little tankies, go for it. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that. I got an aunt that'll tell you, I love her to death. Do I agree with her lifestyle? No, I don't. But do I love her and I respect her? I do. I go to war for that woman. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, and even she said it. Like, I remember she was like, I went to gay. She was like, I don't even go to gay pride no more because it's not the same. She said it's gotten crazy. You know what I mean? She's like, it's getting real weird. They out here doing crazy shit in front of kids. You know what I mean? She says it's not the same. But when they start forcing it on you and forcing you to accept it, that's the problem. You know what I mean? Where it's like, how dare you turn down that woman because she wasn't always a woman? You know what I mean? It's like, well, that's not my cup of tea. And you know what I mean? I'm not, it's just what it is. Why am I getting canceled because I said no? I thought no meant no, you know what I mean? Why can't I get a Me Too case? God damn it. It's crazy, but that's
like, why can't your preference be your preference? Exactly. Right.
Exactly.
Like, why does your preference have to fall in line with someone else's?
Right. Exactly. And that's the problem. But, it's just, I do see that agenda, and we all see that agenda. It's out in the open, and it's loving every minute of it. You know what I mean? Okay. And, I think when you have that and it's starting to force women into a crazy position, because like Bailey just said, they calling y'all chest feeder. They calling y'all everything but a woman nowadays.
Everything but a woman. But then we're calling trans women though. But then we don't get called women. It's weird. Right. And I do want to make it clear, like, I am perfectly fine, because to be honest with you, I'm an 80s baby. This isn't new. Like, I'm trying to get Ray Sean to watch Sex and the City, but even like you can watch Sex and the City, which was like in the 90s. All this has always been there. It's even been on TV. Mm-hmm. But it's like now it's just shoved down our mouths.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound like, but and again, I don't mind if you want to be called anything. Like, I don't mind whatever you do. That's your business. But I just don't like being involved or I don't want to change my stuff to change because
right. I ain't trying to lose my job because I
right.
I believe one thing. It's just,
I don't know. Being in my career field, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing so much that happened in the military, right? I realized people are pervs. Okay. So I'm not comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. With changing in front of a man, right? Like that. I'm not sure if this is his or her lifestyle, right? If this, or he's just being, I don't feel like I should be forced to be comfortable in front of someone that like I see and has male genitalias, right? Like, I don't see, just because this person recognizes her, as a female, like, but I'm not comfortable with that. We had a situation, well, I won't say we, but it was like, we get piss test, mm-hmm. right? Like in the military, it gets piss test, and the military is recognizing transgender, and they had a transgender person watching a female.
That's interesting.
I was gonna say, you gotta make a note. Yeah, in the military, because me and Rayshawn also had the same career field. We're both paralegals in the Air Force. So, but to make it clear, in the military, you have to actually watch the pee come out the body, like in the stall.
It's not like be in there with them.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Oh, word! That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not like you're peeing in the cup. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
They like a UFC referee like this and shit. Got it.
No, crazy. For real. Like, they literally, if your pants, they make you take your blouse off, mm-hmm. right, and make sure, like, they have to see the cup and they watch you pee in the cup, right? And to me, like, that's just like, I don't understand like how you can have a woman feel comfortable, like, with that. Like, she knew that.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying especially because you've even heard, they always talk out of two sides of their necks, because they'll say like your sexual identity is not the same as your sexuality. So even if someone doesn't feel like they're in the right body, right? So say if a man feels like he's a woman, but he can still very much be attracted to women still. And yes, I do understand women can be attracted to women and whatever, but I'm just saying, as the woman, it's uncomfortable to me, like, to know that, okay, this is a biological male who still has his penis.
and watching me
pee.
Because he still could be attracted to me.
He's sitting there like, yeah.
Right, like, but you know, but like I said, like, but now they have rules. They just, because of that, and because of that young lady, thank goodness for her, right? She spoke up, and she made a change. So they have changed it where, you know, that you have to tell the person, and the person has to be okay with it, or another observer has to be there, you know. So that's okay, but it's just like, to me, that would have never happened, you know, ever. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, the agenda is different, and I'm not sure if I agree with this agenda. I have some of my closest friends are, you know, are in that lifestyle. They are either lesbians or they, I have a male friend that he's married to another male, you know, like, and that's your preference, right? That doesn't make you a horrible person. They're probably like my two friends. They're probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, right? They're gonna ride for me and everything, right? But it's like they don't force that on me either, right? And they don't go to gay pride events because of stuff like that, right? Because they don't like the push either.
Yeah, the same with my brother. My brother's gay. Same thing. No, he's just a dude that likes dudes.
Retro Neon says,
stuff.
Retro Neon says, a woman can watch me all she want. Here you go.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, like, I want to be able to pick. If I was in the military, I want to go to the guy's bathroom.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm not trying to watch these ladies.
Freak nasty. Look at freak nasty right now.
Yo.
I'm going to watch your little nasty heifers pee.
Bailey going to saunter in there with the eyes and shit.
No, let me see.
Turn around.
I need a witness in here, please. Somebody. I need a second person in here, please. This is not. It's not going down.
I used to be mad with that whole thing. Don't let someone go in there and have to go to the bathroom. That's the worst. Ugh. Because at least every time I went there, they were kind of, as soon as they see it come out, then they'll like turn around and let me handle my business. But I had some just sit there and look at me like, from the beginning to the wipe. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I had some uncomfortable situations too. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get to, and that's what kind of gets me. Like, when I went to the military, I didn't get treated like a human. So, I mean, on one hand, I guess it's nice to see. But on the other hand, I'm like, you guys are giving these people a little too much with their feelings, because aren't they supposed to be fighting somebody's war? I'm not worried about this. She
gonna go on her rabbit hole about this. She don't like our hair and everything now, so.
I mean, I don't mind that, but it's just too much. Like, now in basic, they're getting like stress breaks or things like this. That's supposed to happen. Like, you're supposed to be getting like broken down and integrated into like military life. Like, there's gonna be times where there's gonna be uncomfortable things. You're gonna have to go somewhere on the drop of a dime. You have to leave your family. You're not gonna get no trauma break if you're in Afghanistan and someone's shooting at you. Hey, wait a minute, hold up. I'm stressing out right now. Taliban, that's not gonna happen. What are you talking about?
Gunfight. Time out. I need a time out in this gunfight, please.
Hold up. I'm stressing over here. I get anxiety.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was talking. I mean, because I covered this topic before, and I was this is when they had decided to, like, I guess stop, I guess, people that was in transition from coming into the military. And I was like, I understand it. Like, you on all these hormones and stuff like that. I don't want to be in a firefight and I look over at you and you curled up in the fetal position, or you know what I mean, or you done went AWOL on me, and now I got to get us both out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot that goes on with that. But they made it, about, identity, gender and this and that. Or you don't like it because, like, no, like, you on all of these pills. How can I trust that you're gonna have my back when it's time for you to have my back? Not to mention, I guess a lot of people are starting to join the military just so they can use that money to get their transition.
And Ray, isn't it true though? I don't know if this is true, but isn't it true they're not even deployable because they have all this, they need those hormones and all that?
So but it's medication, right? Like, if you go on antidepressant medication, you're not deployable for a while too. So it's just like, if I have braces, I'm not deployable right now. you know. So it's just different things and different codes. Whether
but they don't need those for life though. Those hormones.
No. You can deploy once, because it's basically once your body is okay with it, right? Like I have a friend that fully transitioned into a male. She was a female. She fully transitioned into a male, and she's on hormones and she could deploy.
She fine?
Well, listen.
No joking.
Let me stop, because I felt like she was a fine woman.
Mm-mm.
You know, like
Okay.
you know, she was a fine woman that was a man, but she was fine, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but now he goes by something else and everything, and yeah.
And this is a joke, y'all. I don't swim in that pond, so don't be hitting up my line.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So
I only swim one direction.
So I wanted to get y'all. Oh man, what happened to it? Let me see. Oh, there it go. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, I want to get y'all opinion on this, right?
Uh-oh.
It's okay. So we've all seen like inflation go crazy, right? Everything's expensive right now. I want to know if y'all feel like it's any truth to what this guy's saying. I kind of I haven't followed him yet, I guess, but he seems to make sense, right? He's saying that let me make sure I put y'all on here. He's saying that the middle class, well, 74,000 a year is no longer middle class. So let's see. And let me see. I gotta add both of y'all. Hold on. Bear with me, guys, because got a little boomer tech action going over here. But you guys can see the screen, right? Okay. So we just gonna do this right here, and then we'll go back to the other screen.
Show recently critiqued my video where Gen Z said 74,000 is no longer the middle class, and I agree, and I broke it down in this video, but they disagreed, so much so they said it rubbed them the wrong way. Your producers chose this video of mine because it had over 22 million views. Why did it have 22 million views? Because the Gen Zers and millennials are like, yeah, this is our life right now, and we're looking for answers. This is one thing that you didn't critique in the video. If 74,000 is middle class, if a 27-year-old with a bachelor's degree splitting a 2-bedroom apartment is middle class, how come they can't buy a house? Just 3 short years ago, 74K was middle class, upper middle class, really, because you could buy a house for $250 in 90% of the country. Now you need almost $120,000. So what's your advice to someone who is making $74,000 and in 85% of the country can no longer buy a home? So even if they pay off their student loans, which they should, even if they pay off their car, which they should, even if they save up 20%, $80,000 for a down payment, if they don't have a $100,000 salary to back it up, they can't qualify for the loan. So the question remains, how is $74,000 middle class when even with the 20% down payment and no debt, you still can't afford the average house in this country? The Ramsey Show.
There you go. I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you think that there's even a middle class anymore?
Nah, we broke. We broke. Like I sit here and I think about when I was in high school, and I hope my mama ain't on here because she be on my watching everything. But I stole my mama car right when she went to Jamaica, and I filled that sucker up with gas because I had $5.
Oh Lord!
Right, she came back. The only reason she knew I drove the car, she told me when I was older because she knew the mileage on the car.
Oh, wow.
But like $5 filled the gas tank up. You know, we broke right now. Like,
yeah, I remember back then. Like now, like I just filled my truck up today, $89 to fill up my truck. That's what it cost. Yeah. Why you saying, damn? You live in the West Coast. I can only imagine what gas costs over there.
Gas is there.
I was in California.
I'm saying I have a car. I would never.
You gotta put 90. You still gotta put 93 in your car. 91.
Yeah,
92.
93.
But my tank isn't that big. But
So it's like $40.
Bullshit.
Like $40.
$40. What's all right? So what's 93 octane? How much that cost?
I only have 92. Here it's like 4 something, I think. And see, that's why I don't know, because I don't even look at prices. That's
Oh, you balling like that?
Me.
See,
not even that. I just think I'm so used to it being so expensive here that it's kind of like, I don't know. My mom thinks it's crazy. I don't know the price I pay for things. Like I can tell you how much like toilet paper costs or milk.
it's like I feel like I'm in a good position because I bought my house in 2010, right? I think it was around 4% interest rate.
Nice.
I don't have any student loans anymore. Thank you, ITT Tech, for like having that scandal that I got off on those student loans.
Oh wow.
Must be nice.
I don't got no,
the rest of my life.
And I don't have a car. I don't have any car payments anymore, right?
Look at you.
So I'm in a good position. However, I like the new 5.0 Mustang. I really want one, right? But I'm not going to go pay $20,000 over asking, and I'm not going to pay a 7% interest rate for a new car. You got people coming into the work, right? You got people coming into the workforce, just like this guy said. You got these new kids out of college and stuff like that, and they can't. What's the interest rate on a house now? Is it 7.5%?
It's 7-point-something%. It sure is.
And then on top of that, a house that did cost $250, like he said, right? Like for example, my house. My house was of course my father would call in the middle of the day. Go to voicemail, sorry. He probably watching and calling me. Like it's crazy. So my house was like $235. I think we bought it. They saying that my house is appraising for like $450. Mm-hmm. Like ain't no way, right? That's a lot. That's I'm not saying my house ain't raggedy, but it ain't no $450. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm like, okay, well, let's just say I wanted to start over and sell my house, right? Where the hell am I gonna go? Where am I gonna move into? Because I still got to pay over asking. Because I mean, at the same house that I might have liked a few years ago, that might have been $315. That shit $550, and then the interest rate is 7%. You know what I mean? And I still got my kids. They ain't even taking into account of having kids. And I see you got young kids, Ray. So like you got daycare and shit.
How many kids do you have, Cannon?
I got 2.
Oh, okay. You're talking you have like 3 kids or something.
Nah, okay, Nope.
I don't know.
15 and 9.
Homes here are crazy though. Homes are crazy here. They're like, and they're not, like little homes are like $400,000-$500,000 here.
Nah, that's not crazy. You gotta come here.
Yeah, she live in DC. What in the world?
Homes here are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very crazy. We just talked about it the other night. Oh Lord, what just happened? Bailey's
What happened? That's weird.
Yeah, yeah, what's the name? Took over the entire screen. I'm fixing it now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, see, I told you every time she on here, her screen always go wild.
Something happens, yeah.
The screen always go wild.
And I haven't touched anything. That's weird.
But no, so like we were just talking about it. I had Just Josh on here on Monday, and he's in Texas, and we were talking about how expensive it is up here. One of the guys that's usually in my stream, he lives in like, we say he live in Langley because he lived like right there, like by Crystal City. He said he paid $2,700 a month for a condo. We paid
$3,000 for it. We were in a townhome now. It's $3,000 a month.
Jeez, I couldn't imagine it. I better have $1 million home for $3,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like, but like in DC, they building these condos. They steady building in DC right now, and you talking about $3,500 a month for something like
for something small too, like a box.
Right. I was driving through Southeast the other day.
This is like 2,000 square feet, so it's not bad, right? For 3,000.
My house is 2,100 square feet.
Oh damn!
And my mortgage is $1,600.
But you also bought in 2010.
That is true.
Right.
That is true.
Right. Where the houses were a little bit cheaper. I bought like right before COVID, so I lucked up too because I have a really good interest rate. But my mortgage is about 28. But I also have a townhome, and but it's a 3,000 square foot townhome. So
Dang, you living large, golly, mighty. Okay.
And I was gonna say too, Ken, it's kind of not fair to ask us because again, we're in the military. Like we can use benefits from the military, and like the GI Bill. I'm not the GI Bill, VA loans and all that. So it's a little bit
Bailey stuff. Golly,
yeah.
Mighty.
So I don't know.
But yeah, still 3,500 square feet. That's dope. That's a lot. I'm balling.
Keep doing it?
I don't know.
I don't know why that keeps happening.
I'm balling.
I don't even touch my computer.
I'm balling at 35. Shoot, that's great. 3,500 square feet for 28. That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, I bought right probably 2 years before COVID, and I live in a brand new build. I picked everything in my house, so I feel like I lucked up. My house is probably up like 200 now. Like the houses in the neighborhood is like, it's just ridiculous. I would never.
You living down Georgetown or something crazy? Good.
No. I live in Upper Marlboro.
Oh, you said you live in Upper Marlboro. That's right. You did say that.
Yeah, I live in Maryland.
Fancy. She's fancy.
Fancy. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You know what? I'm still sticking by it. Hey Jay, move over. I'm coming to Oklahoma and get me one of them tax sales for $1,800.
No, for real.
And then a tornado will come pick it apart.
That's all right. I'll buy another house for $1,800.
I spent 4 miserable years in Oklahoma City.
I said I'll be the biggest Walmart greeter you ever seen in your life. I'll sell my house here and buy something in Oklahoma for dirt cheap. Shoot. But like he's saying though, like these new kids coming in, they don't have a shot. You gotta go in making a couple of $100,000 a year just to even afford to buy a house, and don't have a kid because you still got child care. You still gotta feed and clothe that kid. You still got utilities.
Do you think it's okay? So I go back and forth with the youth right now, right? Like some of the younger kids that I know. Is it because of how like families are now, right? Because I just feel like back in the day, right? You went to school, you left school, you went back to your parents' house until you were able to save, and until you were able to be able to be on your own, right? There's people that they done got married and still lived with their parents until both of them were able to save up and buy a house or get it. Like, it's like now these kids just want to leave. Like as soon as they turn 18, they want to be out of the house. I got 2 boys. My babies can stay here for the rest of their life.
Look at this. This was my girl. You took the thought out my mind. I was just going to say that. I told my son.
But that's how most
you do not have to leave when you're 18, and unless you're not ready to. I said you might have to pick up a bill just to teach you like how to. But you can stay here as long as I'm not sending my son out in the world.
No.
All I remember, my father said, when you turn 21, your ass is out of here.
But that's still grace though. 21 is still grace though. But there's people that can't wait until their kids turn 18 so that, and there's kids that are like, when I turn 18, I'm leaving the house. Man, I am 36 years old. I would live with my mama right now if my dad made extra bedrooms in his basement for his kids, right? And we're grown, Yeah. So it's just like, I feel like a lot of that also has to do with the mentality of these Gen Zers and these millennial kids. And it's because, the kids our age had babies young, right? And created these irresponsible things coming out, Yeah. So I don't know if some of that is on the economy and some of that is just on how the world is and how the family structure is right now too, right?
Yeah. I mean, but
it's a little weird.
But that's the funny part, right? Because a lot of moms feel that way, but you have a lot of cultures that do that, where they do. The kid does stay home until
not
they got
ours.
that good dad. Nope, not ours. Until they I know the Indian culture, they do that. The kid would be a fucking resident doctor. You know what I mean? And then okay, now I'm finally ready to move out at 30, and I got 50 grand saved up for my house and this and that. And that's how it should be. Like that's how I feel. My kids, as long as you working towards something, you know what I mean. Hey, that room always going to be there. There's going to be some rules, goddammit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
I let him come and go as he pleases, but you have to
that's different. You know what I mean? But I ain't about to be feeding you and your girlfriend.
Don't bring no floozies all up in the house, though. Right.
My mother used to call them pluck birds. She said they got to. My mother said she called them pluck birds. She said they got to earn the name Chicken Head.
That is so funny. My mom set us up good though. Like my mom used to have like credit cards, and then have us like on there to build our credit before we were out in the world, like that. So. It was cool. I mean,
but that's because your mother was responsible, right? Some people nowadays, they're getting a credit card in their child name to ruin their child's credit before they even turn 18.
It's about to be Black History Month on. I used to always had this joke. People got mad about it. It'd be like Black History Month would be like, shout out to Keisha Harris, the first Black woman to put an electric bill in her kid's name. And people get so pissed off, like, it's fucking funny. And they don't act like it don't happen. But
no,
yeah.
but it's just I feel like I think we spoke about this. Maybe we didn't release that episode, but but I feel like me and her spoke about this before. It's just like our culture, our community just don't really take care of each other, right?
Right.
Like even just the whole as soon as you turn 18, you got to get out my house, right?
Yeah.
So you're sending this 18-year-old out to live in the real world, don't have no job, don't have no response, like didn't know anything, right? So the first thing a 18-year-old probably gonna do is go get a credit card, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna pay the bills, so now they're gonna mess up their credit, right? They're moving into this place where they can't afford, because at 18, where can you actually work that you can afford an apartment these days?
Yep. Hey, I got
Right.
that. I got that on the job training. I had to learn the hard way about credit cards and stuff like that. But you're
But
right.
I will
though.
say, I think he's crazy as hell, Hotep. But I watched that 4-hour Dr. Umar interview on Joe Budden's podcast.
Oh,
And one thing that he said that I agreed with when
Uh-huh.
it came to how, like, my parents were born in the 60s, and they had, like, and they were both born and raised in Ohio. So the Midwest, blue collar, their high schools had shop, they had, like, mechanics. They taught them how to, like, do checkbooks and things like that. And, like, they had, like, their factories and things like that. And they learned skills. Whereas now they took, like, home ec, shop, everything out the schools. And these kids just don't know how to live life. Only thing they know is TikTok.
That's true. That's true.
And it's just like,
Yeah, like they're in school. They could don't nothing grind my gear more than my brother texting me when he's in class,
right.
right? Or when I'll see him looking at my story or something, or like something on my page when he's supposed to be in class. And my brother, shout out to my brother, y'all. My brother made the National Junior Honor Society. He has like a 4.2 GPA.
Oh, I hear that.
So like he doing his thing. Like my brother's
He can text you in class because it looked like he got it.
But I feel you though, cause my brother does this. He's in college though. My brother's at Shepherd in West Virginia. He played football out there. And he do the same shit. Matter of fact, he got an award for like some journalism shit. And I said, that's half my fucking award, because you be sending me your shitty audio and I got to clean that shit up over here and send it back. I got to edit your stuff. You getting the award. But you're right. My daughter, she's 15. Dad, I'm like, yo, ain't you supposed to be in class? Why you got your phone out?
Right. Like, you remember the teachers used to take that. I remember my little Nokia, or, I had to sneak and text. Number one, you wasn't texting because it wasn't free until after like 7 or 8. But
You wasn't
that's
anytime
neither
in the
here
chat.
nor
And
there.
it's hard to sneak some predictive T9, whatever that was, that text was. You had to hit like,
Oh, I was fast.
the 7 times to get an S or whatever.
Shoot, I was fast with that shit. God damn it. But,
That's from my age.
or when my
But I'm
friends
just
come
saying,
through
like,
with the
they
Nextel.
don't, there was my high school, they used to be able to wear their AirPods and headphones in the hallway.
Couldn't do that
like,
shit when I was in school.
Right. Is that not a distraction? Like,
Yeah, like all I know is,
Wait, sorry.
and they dumber than ever. They're dumber than
Right.
ever. I love my daughter to death, and one day I just was like, "You're dumb." I had to do. I felt bad. She was trying to figure out some kind of math equation. It literally took me about 5 minutes to find that shit on YouTube. I said, you have this fucking technology in the palm of your hand, and I watch you do all this shit with this phone, but you couldn't find a video on YouTube to show you how to do fucking fractions, cross multiply with fractions? I said, I've been out of school for 20 years. And I'm like, I found the video in 5 minutes.
but you know what? In her defense, right?
Oh, there's no defense with that
No,
because
No. Because he probably found Our Way, a YouTube video with Our Way.
touche.
Yes, I
Have
did.
you guys seen
Yes, I did.
the math today? Like, I couldn't
that new
just
shit.
take
She's
the
right.
whole
She's
paper
right.
away.
Yeah. They
That's
at
true.
one point
That's
they
true.
sent a letter home when she was in middle school encouraging parents not to help their kids do the math because it's not the way it's being taught anymore. My daughter got a 0 because I showed her how I did long division. I was right. But they wanted her to have an estimate. I said, it's an exact estimate. Like, why can't you have an exact estimate? It's right. And you got a 0 for getting it wasn't the way they wanted me to do it. I said, but you got the right answer. What does it matter? You showed your work and got the right answer. She got a 0 for doing long division the old school way. And I just gave up at that point. I was like, you know what?
That's why I said in her defense, right? Because I seen they had like the squares and how to, and I'm like, I don't know. Get it to your dad. It's not.
Sometimes my brother in town, like, yo, ask Uncle Kevin, because he went through that not too long ago. He know what you're doing. Yeah. But it's tough, yo. But that's the thing. I don't know if they want these kids dumber. But regardless, you got all this technology to show you how to do that dumb shit. And y'all can do everything else. You know when to post a TikTok so you can get maximum views. You know how to do all this stuff. But when it comes to like citing a source for a book report, I had to go to the library and I had to know the Dewey Decimal System. Who remember the Dewey Decimal System?
I do. I remember it, but
I couldn't just go.
The library card. You had your name. You had to exit out.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And it's weird to me that was even the same lifetime. It's so different.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there looking at the thing. I'm sitting there like, all right, like I gotta go through this whole thing. Like I couldn't just go up to the lady and ask. They don't even. Do kids even go to the library? You don't even gotta go to the library no more.
No, you don't. You have
mine. I get emails all the time about books he hasn't returned.
Oh Lord!
All the time.
See?
All the time. Like, can you read? Can you give him time to read it, please?
I said I'd have been.
Checked it out last week.
I'd have been the smartest kid in Maryland if I had all this shit.
Right.
Okay.
I say that all the time. If I had what they have,
the knowledge,
man, at my hand, with fast internet.
It makes me so upset, right, to see like the kids in this generation, right, not do right.
Yeah.
Right. Like it just, because I'm like, man, if I knew that as a esthetician I could be making more than I make on my regular check, right? You think I would have did that when I was 18?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Joe Beard says Terrence Howard math gives me Forrest Whitaker eye.
No, someone said earlier, he said something like, I left the house at 14 and I haven't talked to my mama since.
Oh, Jonah, yeah, Jonah,
like,
boy. Jonah got some deep issues, boy. Jonah, I love you, bro. I swear I do, bro. But we gotta get you somebody to talk to, man. I love Jonah. One of the most, I tell him all the time, he's the best, probably the most well-researched person I know. You need to know some shit on some shit. Jonah got it in 1.2 seconds. Here you go.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Love Jonah to death, but boy, you got some issues you got to work out, Jonah. I promise.
Those are the type of people that strike that one conversation, like that nature versus like nurture. Like that's the type of people that they get me kind of thinking sometime. Like, because I meet people like, oh, I've been out since I've been 14. I'm like, and you're still here? Like, I don't know if I would have survived if I was out at 14 years old. Like that. I mean, I always taught great things by my mom, but yeah, I don't know.
And that's another thing. These kids, like you said before, these kids aren't going into like lucrative fields. Like you were an electrician, you said, right? You know what I mean? When I didn't I was a star football player, but I didn't go to college to play football. I had the grades, but I didn't have the SAT score. I had the grades, couldn't pass the NCAA clearinghouse. I had to lose 13 scholarships because I couldn't pass the NCAA clearinghouse. Yeah. My backup was an electrician. I was electrical apprentice for a while. Yeah. I was
no. Why can't you pass? Well, I guess we kind of talk about that.
So back then, now they getting rid of this shit, and they only count it like that anymore. So back then, you had the NCAA clearinghouse. So for student athletes, there was a certain score SAT you needed, and it made me feel dumb as hell. I had a 3.8, but I needed a 900 on the SAT score, and I did horrible on like word problems, like math, like word problems. Equations, I was fine. It was them fucking tricky ass word problems, and we didn't have SAT prep at the hood ass school I went to, so I couldn't the math, like my the verbal, I fucking killed that. It was the math. I couldn't get a good math score to save my life, and I could not get that 900 in order for me to take some scholarships.
Aww.
So like,
so they didn't tell you to take the ACTs?
They never encouraged us to. It was a new thing. It was rather new back then. Right, so SAT held the weight, so I didn't do it. So I had to do a backup plan. So backup was electrical apprentice. So I went to the electrical union, and I stayed there for a minute, and then I was like, "This is not what I want to do." I did learn what I need to learn. Like I can still do some shit, but then I just end up going into electronics engineering, which is basically the fucking same thing. On like, I guess the voltage ain't the same, but it's basically the same thing. And but. No need for that anymore. So now I just had to transition to being a system administrator because they was like, I went to an interview one day. They was like, so can you do board level repairs? I said, yeah, I could do that. He said, good, because the money that it would cost me to pay you to repair a board, I could buy for a penny. I was like, well, thank you for killing my whole my self-esteem, sir. But then they ended up hiring me and all this other stuff. But I was like, damn. But I guess in school they want to know that you can learn and maintain some knowledge. But you got kids out here doing what my homegirl, what my homeboy's wife says. They going in there majoring in left-handed sock puppetry and think they about to come out and make $100,000 a year.
No, that's real. That's real.
You know what I mean? Like, but like my daughter, she comes to me and she's like, I want to go to Clark, Atlanta. I'm like, okay. And immediately as I'm saying, okay, my brain is going, I'm going to be poor, right? so I'm like, all right, I said, so you know what you want to major in? I'm happy she don't watch my streams. She goes, interior design. And I short circuited a little bit, right? I was like, oh, so you mean like, so I'm like, yeah, okay. Interior architecture, that's actually a good, I want to do interior decorating. And I just short circuited a little bit more. And I was like, I had to bite my tongue, go, okay.
Is that a major?
I don't know. I don't know, and that's what I said. It's the TikTok. It's the fucking. That's like, I was like,
I'm gonna say you can learn that on YouTube University.
Yeah. Tell her to give me a call. We about to YouTube how to do this. We ain't going.
I didn't want to kill my daughter's hopes in that moment because she was happy, but I still ain't had that conversation with her. Like, look, I'm not unless you get an academic scholarship and that shit is actually a major. You can learn that shit on Property Brothers on HGTV. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a camera so you can change some shit up around here and start a buzz. I was like, but I'm not paying $50,000 or whatever it's going to cost me to send you to Clark, Atlanta for you to do some shit that you can do for free. You can learn for free. But that's what a lot of kids are doing now. Either they're out here wanting these sexy jobs and they don't want to go into shit like auto mechanics or HVAC. Stuff like that, stuff that'll really get them paid. Like they just think it as like it's not a sexy job, it's a dirty job, and it's like, but they make a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Robots can't do it.
One of my friends, he got to make $150,000 a year just fixing cars out of the back of his van.
Tax free.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want nickel slick going after him. But and I got other friends that like my cousin. He certified HVAC. He works in a union, but he get a lot of side work. He doing his thing. He ain't even 30 yet. You know what I mean? My father's mechanic.
I have a homeboy I grew up with, Cannon. Never went to school. I don't even know if he finished high school, but he carpentry, taught himself, and he has a job and he has a little side hustle doing it himself, and he's paid.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, Troublemaker Jonah, you going to jail?
He in Canada though, so he might be something different. Let him do his Canada
what
thing.
Happened?
He said, I ain't filed taxes since 2008.
Oh hell. He'll go to a cool jail though. And those type of crimes they get like.
Yeah.
That's like I say.
Low security.
Since 2008.
Oh man, this is fun. I appreciate you guys. So
I appreciate you having us on, especially
no problem.
I had to get it. What they say on training day? You like to get wet.
Oh Lord.
We had to get Rayshawn. Well, that comes up. Never mind. Pause.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. We had to get her. She had to get
a few. She had to get her toes wet. She had to
had to get her toes
in the
wet.
water.
Yeah.
That's all.
I knew she'd be cool.
But make sure y'all want them to follow y'all on any other social media.
We have our Instagram at Unpack the Pod, just like our YouTube.
If you can't spell, what you say?
Oh, if you can't spell, it's at UNPACKTHEPOD. Unpack the Pod.
Y'all see it right here on the screen. Y'all see these young ladies right here on the screen.
That was the year. Actually, that was the night Obama was elected, and we were at this party, and they were playing My President is Black all night.
Y'all both look like y'all wet behind the ears.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Every club and we're in Korea, by the way, in that picture. But yeah, every club was playing My President is Black. getting the Korean clips.
Lord. Oh my gosh.
All those Koreans, they love our culture out there.
I bet. I see Kim Jong-un. He got a crispy ass fade. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all think he went deaf to America, but he be having that crispy ass fade going on up there. I'm just saying though.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not trying to get Ray in trouble.
No, we're trying to get about shit.
Oh
she needs to get out.
But
I got 4 more years.
all right, well, shoot, get your money. Get your money.
Retirement.
But your commander in chief don't.
Oh shit! Here you go. Starting on that note, guys. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, guys. Go over and support these 2 young ladies. Unpack the Pod on Instagram. Give them a follow, and then it's Unpack the Pod. It's in the description of this stream. Go give them a follow, and they got a new episode coming out on Friday. The best Keisha Babbel on YouTube. I think y'all guys should use that. Shout out to Gobbledygook. He in the stream. He in the chat right now. Oh man,
we got to shout him out.
There you go.
Appreciate you, Cannon. You know, like a show. You know, I love what you do.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you keeping my girl out of trouble for this podcast.
Yeah. You know,
that's what I was thinking. I'm just appreciative that I don't have to worry about going to work tomorrow and having some paperwork on my
desk.
Hey,
talk to you.
That's all right. Hey Jay, tomorrow we Koofy on tight, bro. Anyway, for real. Until next time, it's CannonHotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, don't miss. I'll holler at you guys.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take